Hello, everyone. My name is Quincy Lin. I am the creator of the latest product research software, QikFinds-Extension, as I show right there in the background. And currently, the QuickFind extension at official Amazon software partner, we have passed our the beta phase. Now we already a public launch, and we have a paying client, and the people coming in to through sign up increase every day. So I want to today take the time to give you a quick tour of what it does and why it's beneficial to people in the arbitrage world. And in 2024, a lot of changes are coming from Amazon. And when we doing people doing the online sourcing, we have all kinds of a tool and services, elite list, tactical arbitrage, all the other similar tool to help us to really get the most out of our time to find more profitable product to resell on Amazon. Now, quick find extensions, if you wonder where it sits among all the different tools and services, I often get asked two questions from people using the software before they consider signing up for this Chrome extension. Number one is, is it the same as tactical arbitrage, or does it compete with tactical arbitrage? And second question is, and how does it compare to profit analysis tools such as a Rough Seller, Seller or AC Insight? So for the first question, QuickFind extension actually is a manual sourcing software that allow you to do manual sourcing, but super fast. So in compared to tactical arbitrage, it worked very differently. I would say each one of them, tactical arbitrage or quick find extension, can completely stand on its own. However, they complement each other. Okay. And then for the second question, the quick find extension actually do not compete with Rough Seller or the other profit analysis tool. Those two mainly are for analysis with a lot of data being pulled in through those tools that give the seller a very all the data they need for in order to determine whether that's something they want to source and make a profit. However, some of them, they do have a product sourcing a function or features built into them. But what the quick find extension mainly focus on finding the product very quickly, right? So our goal, as I'm going to show you later in this video, when I'm doing the screen sharing, going through all the content, you will come to realize actually quick find extension, it comes before any of those analysis tool. All right. All right. With that being said, so I think it's time for us to dig in. And give me just a moment. I'm going to be sharing my desktop. Okay. I live down here now. Okay. So on the screen, you can see I have my browser. On the right-hand side, I have a Google, a timer. And then right below is the calculator. I'm using Mac, so that's what it looks like. And hopefully I will get to the point that I'm going to demonstrate, give you some number so that you can see how fast the quick find extension work and why it increased the productivity, either yourself for yourself or for your VA who's doing the product research online. Okay. Now, first of all, back to the future. So what that means is, if you are watching this video at a later time, knowing that the software should have been evolved to be better, more feature, more enhancement should already been added. And then currently, as of today, is the end of the March 2024, and we support up to 80 popular stores. So what that means is those are the stores that are more likely to have sales and promotions. And they do that more frequently. And the type of sales are more substantial. So more likely you will be able to find all kinds of a product across multiple categories and then resell on Amazon for a profit. If you watch this video, let's say a month or 2 months from now, by that time, by May, our goal is to support up to 100 popular stores, or can be more than that. The reason, the significance of for us to do that, to reach that milestone, is that probably 80% of the OA leads that you can find out there are coming from this 100 stores. Now, the two types of store that I'm going to show you, one is the stores that actually provide UPC. We use the UPC to find the perfect match on Amazon very, very quickly. And the other type that do not support UPC. So we'll have another way through the title search and image search to find the item that a perfect match on Amazon. Now, when we do that, of course, things are happening very quickly. So by that time, Amazon may have already changed something as well. Just keep that in mind as you watch this video. What we presented in this video, when you watch it later, it may be still relevant, but maybe already changed, or maybe some of them may be outdated, replaced with something better. Okay. With that being said, we're going to continue. So we basically focus on the QikFind extension. The key things about this QikFind extension, because it works so fast, and I can't wait to show you. So that's what this video is all about. And then a little bit about myself. If you have not had a chance to meet or engage online through Facebook and in the Amazon seller community, my name is Quincy Lin. I've been selling on Amazon since 2014, and I went full-time on Amazon, selling on Amazon 2015. Yes, I started in April 2014. By February 2015, I went full-time. And prior to that, I was working as an electrical engineer for 18 years in the Silicon Valley for a big company as well as a startup company. The last company I worked for is HP. I work in the network storage department. And since then, I never gone back. And now I'm still just like all of you. I'm still a very active sellers. 70% of my inventories are in the shoes category, even though and then the rest across other categories as well. I do 100% OA and in FBA. So I don't do wholesales. I don't do private label because with my budget, I spend up to 20K a month buying inventory. And then I only do OA FBA, and then I will generate around 600K a year in sales, and I net $5,000 on average per month. So I have three income revenue. Number one, I'm a seller selling physical product on Amazon and making a profit. And then because I'm in the niche, in the OA and FBA niche, since 2014, so I know a lot about this space. So I understand the pain point, the struggles, the challenges as a FBA sellers. So I develop services as well as the software. So my income coming also from the services I provide, like lead list, reimbursement service, prep center service, and then I develop multiple software to serve the Amazon seller community. Okay, with that being said, if you want to know a little bit more about my journey on Amazon, you can come to my website. Basically, it has everything. It's a quiklist.com. So I chose QIK because it's just easier for me to find domain. So pretty much everything that what I do and my service, my tool, it's all starting with QIK quick something, right? So go quick. So let's talk about next thing. Okay. As you can see, this is a sloth. The model of sloths is slow, right? Whatever you do, I can do it slower. And that's the problem with manual online sourcing, right? We know the benefit because auto automatic sourcing, like people using tactical arbitrage, it has its massive power. However, there are shortcomings because I've been using TA for a long time. I have two TA account, but one of the major shortcoming is that as they massively scan across multiple websites, it tend to skip a lot of items. So, and probably you don't even know that it skip a lot of them, right? So leave a lot of products potentially profitable on the table. So that's the main thing. However, it's very fast. Now, on the contrary, manual sourcing is very slow. And so if you, for example, you come to a popular site like Walgreens, which is supported by the extension, and you can say right now it has for this particular category, it has a buy one, get one 25% off. And then on top of it, it has a site-wide 20% off if you buy more than $50. Looking at it by only selecting an item that Walgreens can ship to you, and then only seeing the item that Walgreens has in stock for you to buy. There are 19 of them as shown on the screen. Now, with a manual sourcing, so how did you go through all 19 of them as quickly as possible? Now, with the traditional way of doing it, you go one by one, right? From starting from the beginning and then to the end. So what you usually need to do is to you need to copy the titles, and then you paste to open up a new tab, paste onto the Amazon page, and then once you identify based on the image and the title, you find the match, and then you proceed to find out whether it's profitable, and then you will analyze all the competition landscape. You restrict it, and all those data you need to do for each one of them in order to determine whether it has potential. Now imagine not just 19 in from Walgreens. If every day you go through multiple store and multiple store, they might have sales and promotion cover thousands of a product. How do you have the time to go through all of them? Now that is the issue with the manual sourcing. Okay. Now the key to for manual sourcing traditionally, then these are the four pieces of information every seller need to know, right? I put it in using an acronym for it. It's called M.A.P.S, M-A.P.S. So it stands for matchability. You want to make sure you're able to find a perfect match on Amazon. And number two, availability. You want to make sure the store has stock for you to buy today when you're doing the research. And number three, the next one is profitability. When you find something, find the perfect match on Amazon and you know the store has the stock for you to buy, you want to make sure it's profitable. Okay. Now, being a profitable, that you want to go one step further, make sure the sellability meets the criteria. For example, if it's profitable because it's a price outlier, just happened in the next past week, it has a higher price. The rest of the year actually at a lower price. You don't want to buy that, right? So you want to take a look at the keeper, and then you want to analyze your competition landscape. How many FBA, how many FBM seller is Amazon selling it? Have you sold this before? And what's the sales velocity for this particular product? So you need to analyze the entire maps. I talk because we were speaking, it takes longer, but in reality, you're going through all four of them, go through the maps data very quickly. Now, to gather all four pieces of information, I consider it essential analysis data, right? You can power up additional for each one of them, but essentially you come down to just the maps. Okay. Now, if we want to find out the M.A.P.S data for each of the 19 items using the same example from Walgreens we saw earlier, how much time do you think it would take to complete the M.A.P.S data for each of the 19 products? Now, you can say it's very maybe a lot, maybe it's not much, right? Maybe each one of them, when we develop the extension, we actually run the number and show how slow or how fast the extension is working, right? So let me give you a quick demo. That's why I bring up the timer and the calculator on the over here. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do using a ref seller because it has a feature that allow me to highlight the title and then we search the title on Amazon, but without me leaving a Walgreens. Can bring in the data directly onto the Walgreens page, allow me to see it, right? So in case I couldn't find anything, I have another option. If maybe some of you don't know yet, it's we can use a Google image search to do something very similar, but maybe even quicker to identify the same product on Amazon. Okay, so I'm going to show you when I start, and I already have the rough seller installed, so I'm going to start the timer, and then once I bring up the rough seller result search result, I will stop the timer. Okay. So just hang tight with me. So I'm going to do, so here we go. We're going to start the timer. Okay, so we'll come back to Walgreens. We'll look at the first one. If I did it quick enough. So I'll bring up the ref seller and seller M or AC inside will have some very similar feature. Okay, now we get it. We stop the timer, 14 seconds. Now, which is the 14 seconds for us to highlight the title and then select the tool, and then we'll bring up the search result. Now we can see over here, this one looks very similar to the one we're looking at. And then we can also see multiple, like a multi-pack of the maybe a similar item, like this one right here. And at this point, we have not actually do any comparison yet. We just bring up the result. The next step will be try to visually see the image, the picture are matching, and then we'll compare the title to see if they actually mean something, it's the same thing. Until then we will go to making sure it's profitable. We'll bring up the calculator, and then we'll find out, we'll take a look at the keeper. We'll bring up the keeper, and then we'll look at all the rest of the data, the M.A.P.S data, right? Now, 14 seconds for me to bring this up. Now, if we want to, let's keep the 14 seconds in mind, right? Right now, let's say 14 seconds, even though it's a little bit more. Another way I want to show you is to using a Google image search. You right click on the image that you want to search, and then you select search image with Google. Now you can open, it will jam in another panel on the right-hand side of your browser. And then you can see this particular one look the same. It's selling on Amazon as a 2-pack compared to the one over here. You see, oftentimes you will find using both the ref seller panel, search panel, and the Google image search panel together. They will give you a more complete information. Hopefully through that, you'll be able to find your information, making sure you find a match on Amazon, right? Now, I would suppose, let's say it's going to be 18 seconds, right? By bringing up the Google image, let's say 18 seconds, just to bring up the result for you to get ready to make sure there is a potential match. Now imagine if I want to find out the rest of the M.A.P.S data availability, which in this case we already take care of it because I select only show 19 product that currently have Walgreens has in stock and it can ship to me, okay? So what about the profitability and sellability? Those are unknown yet. That means we spend extra time just to find out about those information. Now, I'll give you the result from during the QikFinds-Extension development. We kind of figured out, and it takes about 2 to 3 minutes to find out the complete M.A.P.S data for any of the 19 items shown on the screen. So let's run the number right here based on that. Let's say 3 minutes, okay? 3 minutes equal to 3 minutes times 19 item. That takes roughly about an hour for you to go through all 19 items, finding out the complete M.A.P.S data. Okay, find out, and then at the end, hopefully you will be able to find one that is profitable. Now imagine an hour goes through 19 items. So if you have 5 hours a day to doing the product research, going across a multiple website, now we can say if an hour we're going to do 19, if you have 5 hours a day to do it, that would be 19 times 5. You can only go through 95 items, right? In 5 hours, literally. Okay. Now, what that means is also, let me run the number. But I'm going to show you, let's say, imagine you have a VA, right? Full-time working for you and work full-time, but my 30 minutes is like having a lunch and something like that. Then literally you have 7.5 hours, and that's equal to 450 minutes. If the number we're using earlier, 2 minutes, let's say 3 minutes per item to getting the full maps data. So 3 minutes. So the VA is able to go through about 150 items across multiple websites, and then 150, okay? And then at the end of the day, you want the VA give you 8 leads. So let's run the number, 8 over 150. So that's a roughly 5%. I mean, out of all the items, the VA go through to try to find the profitable item. At the end of the day, among the only 5% of what they're going through, 5% of all they're going through will become profitable that they can present it to you, and then you will consider buying, right? So 5%. And you can see they eliminate 95% of items they have gone through because they got disqualified. So those are the number you want to keep in mind. With the extension, the whole thing is going to change. So let me go back here. Okay, before I go in, let's talk about another situation we're facing as a Amazon seller, FBA sellers. The fees in late March, Amazon just introduced the placement fee, right? And even though the impact is yet to be fully realized until later of the years, but in general feeling, no matter how you do it, you can't get away from it, right? So likely you will have increase in fees that you have to pay. That means it's a cut from your normal profit. And starting in April, then Amazon introduced another fee. It's called the low inventory FBA fees. And that, I mean, long story short, that means if you're not managing your inventory very, very good, likely you're going to pay that fee, which is another cut from your normal profit. Now, with the fee increased, what's the best way to work around it, to deal with it? I think one of the most effective way would be to able to find product that will give you higher margin. The extra margin will be useful to compensate for the fee increase. Now, here's the question. You and I probably already maxed out on our time or our VA's time. You devote every day to do the product sourcing. You're finding the product to buy. That's the first step, right? So we're struggling a couple of things. Number one, we're constrained by our budget. Number two, we're constrained by our time allocated for product sourcing, either yourself or your VA. And then we also we need to determine what kind of a tool or processes and strategies that we need to put together in light of the new changes, especially the fee changes from Amazon, right? We can't change that. We have to go with it, pivot, and try to work around it and try to beat Amazon on that. So with that such constraint and what you're going to do, how you're able to, with the limited time, how you'll be able to find more product, right? The only way to find product with higher margin is to go through more product than what you already been doing, right? Because the more you find, the more likely you have the chance to find a product that with a higher margin. But how do you do that, right? Okay, so that's the big question. Now that's where this QikFind extension comes in. For people who are doing manual sourcing, understand the power of the manual sourcing, but realize the downside of it. So the Chrome extension, the QikFind extension, is going to give you the unfair advantage, just like this picture. Everybody else will be running the business, but you have this tool, you will be way ahead of the game. Okay. Now, how do we do this? Remember earlier, we mentioned out of the 150 item your VA or yourself go through every day to find, and then at the end of the day, 5% will likely meet your criteria. 5% are the item that you like, which is eight of them, 8 out of 150. It's 5% that you can potentially buy and ship it to Amazon. So how quickly you are able to eliminate 95% of items that do not qualify. That is the key to success. That is the key. This Chrome extension is going to work. It's a wonder. Okay. Now, again, come back here. We're not cutting corner here. Even though we increase the speed in terms of eliminate more product for you to find the winning product, we're not skipping the M.A.P.S data. We're actually the extension work by provide you with the M.A.P.S data and a fascinating speed. And you're going to see just in just a second. Okay, coming back to the same 19 item from Walgreens, right? Sensodyne toothpaste. Normally, we already see it would take about an hour for you to go through 19 item, gathering all the M.A.P.S data, complete data, right? So I'm going to show you, just walk you through very quickly, demonstrate how the extension works. Right now, I have the extension installed, but I disable it just for the demonstration purpose. Now, there's another reason why when you come, let's say every day, wake up for the day and then you come to Walgreens, you realize Walgreens has a sale because Walgreens always have some kind of a sales, right? And you can stack the coupon. In this case, for the Sensodyne toothpaste, it's a buy one, get one 25% off, which effectively is about 4.5% per item. And then you, on top of it, you have a 20% side-wide discount. So you need to tell the extension, hey, Walgreens today has this kind of sales. Make sure you take that into consideration. And then you will look at if there's any online gift card that you can buy. I couldn't do it, find it, but I do find it today. It's pretty crazy, unusual from Rakuten. There's a 10% cashback on Walgreens. Usually it's like a 2 or 3, 4%. So today is a good day. So when you click the extension, the first thing you want to do is to enter all the discount you can find. In this case, I already put it in for you. Discount number one, 12.5%, which is the same as buy one, get one 25% off. And the way Walgreens stack the discount is, first of all, it will calculate the buy one, get one 25%. And after that, they will pile on the 20%. That's how it works. So that's why I put 12.5% as a discount one. Discount two is the 20% side-wide. I assume I'm going to buy more than $50. And then 10% cashback I discover from the Rev ROI today, Rakuten has 10%. So that is done. That need to change, update every day you come to a new store, because store change the promotion and sales and discount almost every day. Okay. Now the next two setting, you only kind of set it once and then you can just let it go. The profit setting, I want to use the default, right? So by the way, anytime we make changes to any of the configuration or settings in this manual, the extension will be automatically disabled because it's waiting for us to finish all the changes, and then we manually switch it back on. So profit setting, I will use the default. You need to have this all built into your profit calculation anyway. Inbound shipping cost 75 cents per pound. And I want to sell everything within 3 months. And then if you ship the item to yourself and you prep yourself or using a prep center, your time is not free. Their time is not free. So factor in $1.50. It's quite reasonable. And I leave it at that. You can just leave it without changes from this point on. And then we have the matching criteria. I'm going to show you later. So I create a custom. I can choose a default, right? So basically you set up your BSR, profit margin, and ROI criteria so that when the tool goes through all the product on Walgreens, Once it identifies something, a product that meet your criteria, it will say, hey, it give you a green thumb up icon so you can recognize it. But right now I'm using Walgreen, right? So I can turn it on, or you can create your own for different store of different category. Once you set, pretty much that's it. You can just keep going. And then if we want to find out what store are being supported by the extension, you can come over here. Currently, we're supporting up to 80 now, right? So you can search for example, Sierra, and then over you can search for Chewy if you wonder. So it's there. So you can see over here, if you want to see all the UPC and non-UPC store, you can do that. So I'm going to show you the difference between UPC and non-UPC later. It's just in terms of the speed finding the perfect match on Amazon. It's the first step in the M.A.P.S acronym. And the setting, you don't have to do anything, right? So, and then the bottom here is the version that you will be, the latest version. And when we update something, automatically your copy will be updated. You don't have to do any manual updating, okay? So with that said, we're ready. As soon as I flipped it on, turn on the extension manually, what's going to happen, because it will happen so fast, and you might not realize it, but I want to tell you ahead of time. So when I switch on the extension, the page will be reloaded. So what that means is all the changes I made earlier will be applied to the latest process. So what's going to happen is the extension is going to bring in the M.A.P.S data we discussed earlier and directly place inside a data box and being displayed underneath each of the product you see on the screen. So we see 8 of them. So there will be 8 M.A.P.S data box displayed underneath each one of them. So that's what you're going to see. So I prepare it now, and then I have the timer ready just to show you how fast it is, okay? So I'm going to flip on the switch, turn it on, and then I will start the timer, okay? So as you can see, the page is reloaded, and then I'm going to start the timer. It's the same page, and then the speed of the data box, we're pulling in the M.A.P.S data from Amazon. It's going to also depends on how fast the Walgreens website is operating at the moment. If for some reason the Walgreens server is slow, then it will take a little bit extra time, but normally it should be pretty quickly. Now you can see the data box is already here. Let me start the timer. Okay, let's say 32 seconds. So what we're looking at, the 32 second, let me go all the way down to the bottom right here, okay? So you can see as I scroll down, the data being loaded for each of the item. You saw all 19 of them. So right now, it takes, as I scroll down, let's say 35 seconds, right? Because as I scrolled down earlier, 1 or 2 data is still loading, okay? But let's say 35 seconds. Now, earlier, we saw the 18 seconds for just try to show you the result for you to do the matchability test, right? But now we are talking about in 35 seconds for all 19 items for the entire M.A.P.S data, it's already been injected right below each one of them. And that's how quickly this is. That's why I said earlier, I need to prepare you for how fast this extension works by putting the essential data for you directly on Walgreens page without you leaving. Okay. All right. So let's say how 35 seconds. Okay. 35 seconds for 19. Let me run the number. 35 seconds for all 19. We'll get the complete M.A.P.S data. And then remember, I said earlier, during our research, we find out for 19 items, I'm running some calculation using the calculator. So look at right here. 19 items, each one takes about 3 minutes, right? So that's 57 minutes. And then we change into second. That's about 3,420 seconds to get the complete M.A.P.S data manually for all 19 of them. And we saw earlier, it takes us 35 seconds to get all the M.A.P.S data. You can see it's 97 times faster, which means 100 times fast than before. So I'll claim right here, the QuikFinds-Extension is able to work 100 times faster. It's no joke. It is exactly I just show you, right? So let me come back here, right? Let me come back to Walgreen. All right. So we're going to take a look at the actual data box right here. You see, okay? You see this type of data box, and then you also see this one. It looks different compared this two and this one and this one, right? So what happened is, if we're using the UPC provided by Walgreens, we find the exact match on Amazon, we will give you all the data right away. But when we using the same UPC, I couldn't identify the exact match using the UPC on Amazon, then we automatically switch to a title and image search for you. And this is the result of the title search and image search. That's why they look different. So at this point, you have to kind of go through them to manually find out whether it's a perfect match, right? So take care of the matchability, and then you can move on to the rest of the acronym M.A.P.S. So that's what it is. Now let's take a look at pick one of them, okay? Show you the data box and give you the explanation what's inside the data box, how the M.A.P.S data is being displayed. Now, to the M.A.P.S data, the second one is called the availability. We kind of, because we're in the store, that's the best advantage. That means at the store, we can use the Walgreens built-in filter. We set up, only want to see item that Walgreens is able to ship to us. And then also want to only the item that Walgreens currently has in stock for us to buy today. So that already takes care of the availability side of the M.A.P.S data, right? So whatever we see, all 19 of them, Walgreens has stock available. Now let's take a look at the data box. Okay, so this is it's just an example for you. You see, this is the green. This is the green the green thumbs up I was talking about when we config the extension manual. Because this particular item, as for this demo, it meet the criteria, right? So BSR, profit, margin, as well as ROI, they meet the criteria are set in the configuration manual. So it tells me this item has has a high potential. And then we have the Amazon image right here, and then Amazon title. Notice we actually literally make it so that you'll be able to see it's a pack of 12, because when we go to a store, we extract the price from the store. That usually come in just the price for a single unit. So when we pull use the UPC, find a listing on Amazon using the same UPC, it could be a single unit. It could be a multi-pack. In this case, it's a multi-pack. So with that in mind, as you go through, when you see something is very profitable, then you want to make sure it's not a multi-pack, right? Okay, now keep going. We'll provide you the UPC and then the ASIN for this particular item. It's a perfect match. And then now matching, we'll also make sure the brand match is the correct brand and not something like generic, right? So we'll provide information on brand and manufacturers. And then we'll be able to make sure you understand you're not restricted. You can sell as a new. It's not multiple. It's not hazmat. And the sales rank, and then it's in the right category, right? This particular item, the muffin mix, it is in the grocery and gourmet food. We were in the Walgreens looking at the toothpaste, but this example actually is pulled from a Walmart for demonstration purpose. So we want to make sure it's a grocery and a gourmet food. And then we've asked you, you must check the keeper, right? And then the bottom one, the big one, is all about profit calculation. We include D1, D2, that's discount one, discount two, as we saw earlier in the configuration manual. GC and CB, that means the gift card and cashback. When you have any, You can put it here and click to make it green. That means apply the discount. So they are fully configurable. You can change it on the fly. Whatever you make your changes in the configuration menus we saw earlier, it will apply the entire store. But when you go to individual a product, sometimes the discount will be different, will vary from different than the rest of them. Then you can use this section to be able to configure individual product for the applicable with the applicable discount. And then you buy at this price, and then you can sell on Amazon. We show you either the buy box price, lowest FBA, lowest FBM, or average 90-day FBA. Okay. And then we'll show you the ROI profit and margin and a detailed breakdown of the fee when you hover over this icon right there. And there's also a see more data. So what that means is when you in terms of the M.A.P.S data, you find something that's a perfect match. The store has stock available for you to buy, and then it appears to be profitable. And then you look at the Kiba, and it looks good. Now you want we will provide you additional sellability data, such as the FBA, FBM sellers and the sales velocity according to Kiba, and then whether Amazon is on the listing and plus additional rapid trail information, all hidden, hidden under see more data. And then the bottom is the bug icon. That means if you see something changes that doesn't match or something is not normal, you can report to us. And as you know, we support many different store. When store change its website, then the extension itself need to change as well. So we're counting on you as a user. When you see something different, let us know and we can fix it, right? If you need help, you can click this question mark, then we'll be able to show you. We'll have the tutorial video on YouTube, on the website, and then you can have the email to talk to us. Now let's move on to, let's say we take a look at when we come back here. When we click the see more data, the same product, the same data box, it's going to be looking like this. You see less data, because earlier we click see more data. Now it has a drop down, it expanded, right? So they can see, so you will be able to see, because at this point, you just want to know more about the sellability data. You already know it's a perfect match. Allgreen has stock in stock for you to buy, and then it's profitable, appear to be profitable. Now you want to look at the offer count. Is it selling? And when it's selling, you can see the up and down in the on the offer count graph, right? People come in, so out, and then will leave, and then new people will come in. And then you will be able to see the rating and the review for this particular product. And have you sold this before? Do you have any on-hand inventory right now in your FC? And then the sales velocity per keeper in the past 30, 90, and 180 days. And then the offer count from, is it Amazon on it? How many FBA? How many FBM seller? And then you can see the additional Amazon listing. What that means is this is the example of because Amazon has a multi-pack for the same item, and then there's 3 of them. So we'll show you how to get them, right? Once you click it, then we'll take you to a new, open a new tab and let the keeper show you what those items are, okay? So far, so good. So let's move on to take a closer look. Okay, this is basically a close-up on what I just explained earlier, okay? Now, all this data come down right here. I want to show you some of because earlier you saw the static picture, but this one is dynamic. I want to show you what happened, right? So you want to zoom in, zoom out actually, so you'll be able to see the store product as well as the data box. So over here, you want to visually check. You see, hover over, you will see the Amazon image. So you can do a visual check right there. And then for the Kiba, if you hover over, you have a bigger Kiba graph display so you can see better, right? And then if you click the see more data, it will drop out, and then you can see, hover over the offer count, and then you see a bigger picture on the the right-hand side. So let me make it a little bit bigger to see, easy to see. You see the bigger keeper data, keeper graph, and then you click the see more data, then you can see the same thing right here. And by the way, if this is when you hover over a bigger graph will show up. But if you click on it, it will open up a new tab and show you the full version, full-blown version of the keeper graph. Okay. Now you do this and then you check everything. So let me show you what happened here. Toothpaste, usually it comes in multi-pack. So you can see right here, it has 8 of them right there. Okay, so let me show you what's going to happen, what you're going to see when you open the new tab. So the keeper basically will show you what those multi-packs are. Okay, you see the pack of 3, and then you have a pack of 8, right? So right at your fingertip without you doing much. So for people doing replan, you're looking for multi-pack or bundle, this is a very good place for you to look into. Okay, let me go back. So basically, you can see for each one of them, we have the full data right there. But now let's take a look at this particular one, right? You see, I told you earlier, now, this is that because the UPC, using the UPC provided by Walgreens, we couldn't find a perfect match and present it to you, just like the box on the left, on the right. So what you're going to do is we immediately will switch over to title search and an image search. Now, remember earlier when we do the experience to using the traditional method using Ref ROI and Google image search, we'll have to do the right click, bring up the tool, and then we'll look up on the panel, open up on the right-hand side, which takes up much of the screen space, unless you have a big monitor. And then when you're done, move on to the next item. You have to close them, and then you repeat. But we take care of that all together for you without you doing anything. As you can see, when the data box load, it's already here. So let me show you some nice thing about convenience and the way you can save you tons of time, right? So right here, we have a small image of the result from the title search and image search, okay? So you want to kind of see what, because it's a matching, you want to see the store product at least. Okay, let me enlarge it a little bit. Okay, you want to see it looks like this one, right? And then you want to hover over it, right? So now you can see, visually you can see without you doing anything, you just hover over. And this little box right here, if I increase it, make it bigger, um, it actually it's a minimalistic version of the M.A.P.S data. So not as complete as the full data box, but it has the minimal data. As you hover over the next one, automatically it will show you, give you the image, give you the Amazon title. Those are highlighted in orange. That means there's a match between this one and the store title. Okay, you can see right here. This is the matching what the store title is, right? And then also it tell you if you're restricted, sales rank, category, brand, and whether to make a profit or not. Okay, this one right here, it simply show you all the fee breakdown, right? Same thing with the data box I didn't show you earlier. So you can see that right away, okay? And then you can just go through each one of them without any clicking. You just hover. And then let's say you find this one to be that one. It's a 2-pack. And you click it instead. Now you can see the usual data box. Remember, it's a green thumbs up. But remember, this is a single pack. So we need to kind of take that into consideration. This one is it single pack and 2-pack? I can't tell. So you have to go click this one and go to Amazon. And then you'll be able to click this link and then you go to Amazon and then figure out whether it's 2-pack or not, right? So if it's a single pack with the substantial discount right here, it's very profitable. And then the keeper, whoa, look at that, the offer count. It's up and down and very nice. So this is the potential. And then what you can do, as I mentioned earlier, this is a the profit calculation is fully configurable. So as I remove the discount, you can see the profit changes accordingly. If I click and turn green, that means I apply that discount, then the profit changes, right? And I can change it if you want to. Let's say instead of maybe it's 25% for this particular one. And then you save it, and then the profit will be updated. If you want to go back to the original one, it will do that too. Of course, you can change the buy cost at will, and then it will be updated as well. You go back, and then you can change the sell price as well, right? Say 35, and the profit will change accordingly. And then you go back to the original. So fully configurable, and then you can, so the idea would be don't get stuck with a single item out of the 19 too long. Once you get good at it, no more than 30 seconds. The key point is called elimination. Out of the 19, if using the 95% elimination rule, probably you only have one that's profitable, right? So you get the idea. The key thing is to go through the 19 as quickly as possible because other website, other sales are waiting for you to go through. Okay. So that is the key to understand, to know how this thing works. Now, if you want to say, okay, this one is, it definitely is something I want to look at further because the M.A.P.S data looks good. But I want to look further with the Seller or Seller M or other analysis tool. What do? You want to save it, right? So we save it easy. When you save something, automatically it gets synchronized with account dashboard. I'm going to show you how. For example, this one, you click this one, I want to save it. I look at later. I want to save this one and this one. Just, click them to show you how to do it. And once you can also leave a note for yourself by 3, letting your VA know, for example, and then it will be saved and synchronized with the dashboard. And how did you get to your dashboard? Easy. By click this icon, right? Each data box has an icon. You click it, it will open up your account. And then it will show you all those 4 items. Right now, I just do the, let me say today. And today we say, okay, we say, all right, we want to see the latest one. Okay, we save it. You save it right here, right? So let me say today, so this week. Um, this is your account dashboard, by the way, and then it has the minimal data that we have available, and then we are the goal is to enhance this much further. But the top thing that we are doing right now is um, to add as many store as quickly as possible right now. Okay, so right here, let me see. Uh, save it. And then we come over here and we take a look at the, oops, it should show up right now. And that's the range. What do we save? Sensodyne. And I'm not seeing them right. 16. Okay. It's on page 2, sorry. And wait a minute. $19. Okay, it's right here. Um, all right, it's right here, right? So these are the one that we just saved a moment ago. So they are synchronized right here. It's a slight delay. Usually it's just instant, but because I don't know what the Walgreens or the connection may be a little delayed there, but you get the picture. So whatever you save from this, it will be synchronized. If you unsave it, and then it will be synchronized with your account dashboard as well. Okay. Now, this is just a brief overview how, as you go through different store, you can say, okay, I'm done with the Walgreens. I want to go to the next one, go to the support store, and let's pick one. Let's say, how about Sierra? Okay, this is a non-UPC. So, and you go to the Sierra, let's say you go to clearance, right? And then of course, you want to look at the new markdown, and then you want to see the latest one. Okay, latest one. For example, this is because TJ Maxx, Marshalls, they all support it, and Sierra, because their off-price online store. Many people doing RA, they go to the physical store, but now the good news is now you can do it online using OA. Now today, I noticed that Sierra actually is quite slow, not because my internet connection is slow, because my internet connection is pretty fast, but the Sierra from time to time it appear to be quite slow in turn. But anyway, you can see in the background while it's loading, it already have some data loading up for us. Remember, Sierra is non-UPC site. That means they do not give us the UPC. So we have to rely on title search and image search. So far, we have not done anything, and the results are already here. Now, I'm going to show you some very unique things that I didn't mention yet with the earlier example. For example, this particular one, right here, let's take a look at the, when mouse over, this one actually looked exact the same one, even though it's a different color. So what happened is with clothing, shoes, and any category, any product that comes with variation, oftentimes we have to do the extra step, take a little bit extra step in order to find out whether that particular variation is on sale or subjected to any kind of promotion, right? And we can only pick, or the extension can only pick one of the variation and use that as a basis to run the calculation to give you the profitability data, okay? So let's say this one is, it looks good, but this one also probably look good. It's just a different variation, right? So this one too. So you can see the result, very similar to what seller is able to show you. Now, let's say I don't like this one. Let's say we did not find a perfect match. You can actually create a new title and ask the extension to search the new title and see what the result it will come back. So how did you do it? Look at all the orange text right here. They are clickable. By clicking it, you turn it from orange to gray. That means you remove it from the original title. Let's say factory second, insulated. Let me see what else. I remove big and tall. I would just say J140 Carhartt, J140 firm duct active flannel line jacket insulated. This is the new title because they highlight in orange. And then you click search. You see, it returned a different kind, a similar but different type of sales. Even with the change the title, we still get very similar result, right? So if you can cancel of this one, and then you click, now it give you a different color, a different result, right? So that's the beauty of it. Without leaving the store, without going to Amazon and doing any kind of a changing your title, you can actually create the title by simply click a couple button, a couple texts, and then you'll be able to create the new title. And that will be the title you search on Amazon. And here are the result, all at your fingertips without you doing anything. The M.A.P.S data automatically come with each one of them as you hover over them. So that really save you time. It's convenience. You will be very happy. Your VA will really appreciate and would be very happy. Okay. So another thing is you can, while you're looking at Walgreens, looking at Sierra, you know what? If this for some reasons take the time to load, by the way, if you keep scrolling down, that will really tell the extension to continue to load the data, right? So that will be triggering it. And until you see, let's say this one has a 96, while it's still loading, you know what? I'm going to another one. You can open a new tab. You can open multiple simultaneous one. Let's say go to Paco. right? You can load the Paggo site, and then so basically you open multiple sites at the same time and let the data come in, and then you can go back to the previous one. And then you finish your research, come to the next one because the data already been loaded, and then you come to the third one. But keep it in mind, don't open unlimited number of the tabs because there's a bandwidth limitation for associate with each Amazon account. So when you sign up, you give us the permission to be able to pull Amazon data through your account, and there's a bandwidth associate allocated by Amazon. So let me take a sip of water. If you open too many tabs, we're pulling too much data at the same time and hitting the bandwidth limit. Excuse me. And then Amazon will basically slow it down, or they call it throttling, right? Slow down the way how fast you can access the data. It even happen to any of the like ref sellers. Sometimes if you have multiple VA working on using the same account, it will give you say you have to wait a little bit when when the bandwidth gets congestion is removed, then you will be able to continue to pull data. So just keep that in mind. With the extension, actually will give you the freedom to allow up to 3 people using the extension at the same time. So that means if you have 2 VA, including yourself or your team member, they can work on using the extension at the same time. They will be able to see all the item from the research. They will be saved to the same account dashboard, so everybody can see it, right? And then in addition, you can also give your account access to 2 more people, 2 more VA who do not have cannot use the extension, but they can access your account dashboard to process all the lead that you save to your account dashboard. So a total of 5 people can work on your account, and 3 people will be using it. So keep that in mind. We'll build that into the whole thing, and then so that is the point of doing that. Okay. So right now, so we're done. So give you the enough information. Let's close it down. So we look at this one already. Now, we're back to the situation. What are the good, as you can see, we support so many store. I mean, every day you have unlimited number of the lead you can look at, right? But how did you know where to look for the lead to begin with, to begin using the extension? The key thing, usually the 3 major convenient way for you to start the day. Let's say your VA and your team and yourself, early in the morning when you come up, you know what? I'm going to allocate 4 hours today to do product research online using the manual sourcing method with the extension. Now, which store I begin with? And then naturally, the next question for you would be, which one I have sourced it before, have with success, and does that store have a sales or promotion of some kind today? If you do, then you just go to that particular store, look up the sales, and get the coupon discount, and then you go from there, right? So the major three, mainly 3 ways for you to get access to that. So I'm going to show you. So the first one would be you create a free email account, and then you sign up for newsletter and for sales and promotion that come from different online store that you have been, you have been working with, or you intend to work with. They will start sending you all the promotion information when they have one. And once you sign up enough store, then every day you have a list of the store sending you different coupon as you see on screen, right? You have a buy one, get one free, the big deals and the 50% off, and there's a limited time, 24 hours only sales, and all kinds of them. You can do that. Just pick one, however you want to pick, right? But if you don't have the time to subscribe to all those store, and then you want to, we have some solution for you. You can use a tool like QikFinds.com, which I developed. The sole purpose of a QuickFind, which is different than the QuickFind extension. QuickFind extension actually is an expanded from the QuickFinds. So there are two independent tool. QuickFinds.com versus the extension, it resides in QuickFinds-Extension.com, right? They're working with each other, but they're two separate tool. So QuickFinds.com, the sole purpose is to help you instead of getting this, you are actually getting something like this. Okay, so now I have to kind of log in. Um, so you get something like this. So it might seem different, same thing, but this one it automatically capture all the sales and promotion from hundreds of the store every day. So right now, today, we have 120 store. You have 120 piece of information for you to begin your sourcing with, right? Okay, so and in addition, you can sort, you can manage, you can categorize, you can create folder, favorite folder, and then you can set up custom email alert for particular store that you have been working with. You're interested in knowing whenever there's a sales, you can do that with this tool. And it has a free version and pay version. And the pay version is just $49 a year. But if you are a subscriber to the QuickFind extension, then this one will be included free of charge to you. Okay. Now, the second way will be using a lead list. This is my lead list, and it oftentimes you can use any list, right? The best way to use a lead list, of course, you can buy directly off the lead list itself if you know what you're doing, right? Because knowing that a lot of people are using it at the same time, and people are concerned about the price tanking because of that, right? Which is inevitable. But the best way to use the lead list is use that as a starting point and starting to rapid trail off from it. Okay. So for example, this particular one, we have three-way to rapid trail off this thing based on the title, based on the store, based on the product under the same online store that are having a sales, right? So you can use that to jumpstart your sourcing for the day. It's a quick way. You don't have to think about which store has a promotion. You can see right here directly. You already have everything that you need. And then the third way would be for you to go visit a store like slickdeals.com, bensbargains.com, Brett's Deal. Those are the site that for commercial, for normal consumer, they kind of aggregate different sales because they get a commission from promoting certain store. But this is a good way for you to kind of take a look at, oh, what kind of a sales, what kind of a hot deal it's going on with what store. It covers a variety of categories. You can come in here and then you take a look and which one, let's say this particular one, wood has a bunch of the sales on pretty good sales on, for example, this one's on the home improvement, right? This kind of a tool set, tool pop punch set. So you can take a look at that and then you just go to the wood and then you can bring in the quick finds extension. And then because it's supported by the extension, and then you can rapid trail directly from there. But you get the clue first from Slick Deals, right? You see how that works. So recap, you can use your own subscribe to the email to different stores. And then you receive the information about sales and promotion. And then you can use a lead list. And then you can use a deal site like this. These are the three way that you can easily get started. Okay. Now, if you want to sign up, of course, you come to this page, QuikFind-Extension.com, but you can also find it from the main store, right? So the main store will be this store has everything that I have together, all the services, tool, coaching information, including the extension, right? You come to the extension, then you'll be able to see the sign up page. And then you will be able to get started with the 7-day free trial, right? You will put in the credit card so that we can, block out the scammer. So we ask you to enter the credit card information, but the first 7 days totally free. You won't be billed, right? So you have enough time, as I showed you earlier. It's so simple, so intuitive to use. it wouldn't take you it only take you a few minutes to get used to it, right? So, but I want to show you how to use the three use cases with the QuikFind extension. Come to the first one. Is that okay? I know that some of the store have a sales and promotion, and I know one of them actually is supported by the extension, right? So I can look at Macy, right? If you click Macy, what kind of a sales? Extra 30% off the brand you need for spring and 15% for beauty. So I want to go there, right? So I click shoes, I go to Macy's, right? Macy, when supported by the extension, you can see the icon automatically turn green. That means this store it is supported, right? So immediately it will recognize the store and starting to pulling the data immediately, right? Of course, you want to make sure, as I mentioned earlier, Macy usually has about I can get an 11% gift card or use it online, and then it has 15% from Retail Me Not today. So I have that built in already, right? So okay. So when that go and then it's pulling the data. So this one, geez, this is very good, right? So I'll keep going down and then okay, this one right here, I want to save it. And then do you see it? The data is already there for you. By the time I finish talking, all the data is already done, all the maps data. So now the problem, the bottleneck that slow you down is how fast you can process the maps data, right? Or your VA, how fast the VA can do to process them. Okay. So, so that's how it works, right? That's one way to show you. Now, don't get me wrong. Okay. So let me point it out to you. The maps data, okay, even though the method of elimination based on the maps, if it doesn't match, we pass. If the store does not have an item for you to buy today, we pass. If it's not profitable, we pass. If it, according to the keeper, it does not look like it's a stable, a trending price that I can sell at a profit. Well, it's a general approach. However, there's an exception to each of the element. For example, if it doesn't match, so instead of leaving it, you think about can you create a new listing for it? Can you create a multi-pack or a bundle from it, right? And for example, if it's not available now, you can save it until later. Maybe it come back in stock. You can set up an alert so that when you can check later, 1 month later, because everything looks good. If it's just not available, you should just wait until it come back in stock, right? And then if it's not profitable, okay, if this is not profitable at this time with this sales, what about future, right? If it's a deeper sale, for example, Walgreens, it has buy one, get 125%, and with the 20% side wide, what if later on the same Sensodyne toothpaste has buy one, get one free? A deeper discount. It might make one of the item that's currently unprofitable become profitable. And then sellability, right? Looking at the sellability, it depends. If it's a seasonal item, then maybe you know it's good right now based on the information. You can save it and check in later when it's time to buy it and then ready for it's in season so you can get the profit. So there's an exception to the rule, but in general, we will screen it out based on that, right? So of course, everything I just say it's already been synchronized to my dashboard, right? So that's one way. Now, when it comes to the lead list, what you're going to do, right? When we look at the box cuffs, this one, for example, GameStop, right? Those are all supported by by the extension. So the key thing is, it doesn't matter what kind of a lead list you're using. When the extension support enough store, at least 180% of the store you see on any of the lead lists are likely supported by the extension. The whole point is to allow you to follow the rabbit trail. With the extension, you find more product yourself. Okay, so you have the unfair advantage over people who do not use it. And so, for example, this one right here, the Boss Cuffs, and it's a department store, right? They have the physical store and there's an online store. And if you look at it, right now we have the first, we can look at Google it, right? And then if we directly go to the Boss Cuff itself, okay? Because this is shoes at that time, we can look at this particular brand is JBU and the aerosols, right? So we can look through it. We begin with this particular color and this JBU Magnolia model, right? Shoes, and then we can see additional 50 items. We can see the 50 items, right? Then you can see the extension already giving you all the information and showing you right now at least three of them are profitable, right? So do you see how you can find additional products so quickly by following the rabbit trail of the lit list? So this is one example how you do it. Okay. Now let's say we'll go to the slick deals, right? We'll find this one. Okay. This one, we don't know. It's 4 days ago. Maybe it's still available, maybe not, but who knows, right? Maybe the same home improvement section from the woods is still have a profitable item. So you click this one. That's how you follow the rabbit trail, by the way. And then you go to the deal at Wood, right? This is in the tool punch and chisel set. Then Wood is owned by Amazon, but you still have a good deal. You can buy and resell on Amazon, right? So sold out. Ah, what are you going to do, right? But look at it. This belongs to the tools and section, right? Even this one's out sold out. Then you can go to the next one and to see what other tools under Wood might be still profitable, even though it's not the same item you started with. And then you allow to see, you see the information? It's coming through. And how many do we have here? I don't have a number, but you see the sold out. And now do you see? You eliminate all the sold out at this point, right? Entire section because it's for a special. It's a flash sale, so everything sold out very quickly. But at least you know you don't have to go through everything else. And if you want to, at this point, you can go up one step, go to the product, and then you can see what's the latest one, right? For example, now you go down to the hardware, right? So at this point, I think you'll be able to follow through to see anything else. This is all jumbled up because it's not the right place to put it. If you want to look at the tool and garden, that's how you do it right here. Okay. So this is the place, as you can see, starting from the chisel set. Now I move on to the home improvement and looking at other products that are currently still in stock on Wood. And then you go through them, right? That's how you follow the rapid trail. Now I have to warn you, because the rapid trail is you can take you far away from where you begin with, you might just get lost along the way. So don't spend too much time in rabbit trail. Remember, you still have a lot more to go through. That's the key point, right? But I show you exactly how it's done. Now, let's say this is all easy to do, very intuitive. Now you get the idea. What if you have additional question? You want to find support and get some help? Now that's easy. We already get taken care of you. The extension has a YouTube channel. If you're kind enough, you'll be able to subscribe to it so that you will be able to watch all the new tutorial, new webinar, new use cases, new video walkthrough on all the different supported store that which I will put up over time and consistently. You get additional help from there, definitely. Okay. And then the next thing, I run a shoe sourcing online Facebook group with 2,000 members in it. And I've been up living there pretty much every day, answering questions, not shoes, even though we love shoes, but we talk about topic covering the entire online sourcing. So you're welcome to come in. And then when you fill out the request to join, just mention that you watched this video and then that where you're coming from, then I will be able to approve you to join. Okay. And then, as you know, this is the place that you will find more information about the extension, about everything that I have to offer to the Amazon seller community. Okay, so you just go to the quiklist.com, QikLists.com, and then you will be able to see everything that I have. And last thing but not the least is that with the Chrome extension, the QikFind extension, we're just getting started. As you can see, all the features, all the convenience, all the time-saving features, that just the beginning. We'll have more to come, more features, enhancement are in the work, and more store will be added So our goal is to add as many stores as possible, both UPC and non-UPC site. So if you're watching this video now and later, rest assured, we are coming up with a more powerful feature built into this extension. And who knows, it will become as big as my imagination would take me. So that will be all for today. And so let me stop the screen sharing a moment. Okay, how do I stop the screen sharing? Okay. Um, all right. So let me back here. So I appreciate for your time today with me. I hope that my quick walkthrough how the extension come about and what it can do for you as a arbitrage seller who do online sourcing using the manual methods. I hope that you will quickly embrace the power of this new extension, and you have a 7-day free trial, so you get nothing to lose. So all you need to do is just go sign up. And then if you belong to different groups, they will have different promotion for you. If you have any question, you feel free to reach out to me. You'll be getting the Quick Finds, the companion web application for free if you become a subscriber. And then also, if you're interested in the lead list to as a companion for your product research, I'm more than happy to offer you a big discount as well. And if you know where to find me, where to find the support. Until next time, in the next video, I hope to see you again. Bye bye now.